Hello everybody and welcome back. We're continuing our gameplay on Timberborn in our beautiful town of Beaver Hampton. We're on the Hollows map and things are progressing quite nicely. So we started to look at our food in the last episode. We have done a lot of securing. Basically our water systems are a lot healthier than they were from the previous episodes, which should at least keep our food more constant. Now, it doesn't, however, solve the problem of the fact that it is still struggling for numbers for our current population. Now, luckily, as I am playing as the Folktales, our numbers are rather controllable, basically. Let's come to landscaping. Let's go and let's look at a bit of dynamite once again. And I wish to blow out the rest of this. And with that, let us also remove those. And continue to blow out the rest of this. Oh, look at that, we've gone on left 15 logs behind. Yeah, we have managed, we built a little tunnel, comes to here, this is now a permanent water source, and then we blocked it off with a sluice to make sure the water doesn't come backwards and end up being drunk up by our water extractors. We did the same for this little pond as well, which will massively help keep our irrigation going. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come in here, I'm going to say stop planting, let's call it these two crops. And I'm going to ask my guys, go ahead and fill that in. We're going to go build another efficient farmhouse there. We're going to go and blow this whole platform out. Not the house, although... Oh, that's a warehouse. Maybe that could be relocated. In fact, yes, that could definitely be relocated to a ground floor style location, along with this water tank as well. That's definitely a possibility. Very, very much a possibility. And so that is 100% the next idea. Let's go and blow all this up. Go, that's gone and given us a bit of extra water, which at the moment is separated and secure. Let us go and rebuild our path. And then we'll be able to... I think I'm done with this bit down here for now. I think that's going to pretty much be staying as it is. So let's get rid of that. Demolish affected buildings. No. Ah! Whoops, because I've got to go to my sluice in there. Let's just basically clean up some of the pathing. I'm not a great fan of having random paths lying around everywhere. What I'm going to do, this is just clean up these paths as well. Because I know in my head they're there. Ah, beautiful. So let's go and demolish that one. Let's go and... Oh, I can demolish both of them, actually. Because I want to obviously then just go and place dynamite along here. And then that will connect this waterway back together and keep things going. Now, one of the things I was talking about was a bad tide protection mark for up here. We have... I'm just going to pause a second. I mean, I've got 5 days to build it, so I want my guys to have time to build it. I mean, we're up there. We're ready to go. And so I want... the bad water to basically either go this way down to here, which should flow out through here. There's nothing that would stop it, etc. Or I want it to flow this way in terms of a good source. But also what I don't want to do is create a dead zone. Sorry, I'm thinking in my head while I was talking. To create a dead zone so that, because for instance, if I go and put a thing here, then the bad tide will start coming this way, for instance, but then this part will get filled up, and then it'll take ages to actually clean up and let the good water to come through, and etc, etc. You get the point. So, I think I need to build it a bit further back. What I'm going to do is... So that is unnecessary, but I'm going to put it there anyway. So if I were to use, so in fact, yeah, let's completely get rid of that. Let's work on the design as we go. You can potentially see my brain attempting to scramble like crazy. So if I were to put this... I don't know why that didn't drag for me. If I were to put this by there, and then just for completeness, it just looks a little bit better. I'm going to go and fill that one in. And then, you know, there's not really too much of a dead zone. It's pretty well all connected. I mean, you're always going to end up with tiny corners and stuff you can't really work with too much. And actually did manage to perfectly corner it. And so everything on the right of the corner went bad tide, and everything on the bottom of the corner went good tide. That would actually work a little bit better. So why don't we do that? I'm talking about it as if I can't go and do it, but I can. I've turned myself around, and that was an accident because I play... I don't know why. I play so many games where Z and X are rotate. Now, if we were to do that and just all... Obviously, we'll get rid of this. All bad tide goes through here and all good water goes through here. Now, as long as this doesn't flood, which I don't think it will because it doesn't get too deep. It only goes one tile deep in its current situation, so to say. And that should actually be very efficient because all of the water literally comes to here. So that should actually be very, very efficient. Although, hang on, if we put that there, get rid of that, and we build ourselves a little 1, 2, 3, 4. What's that going to cost me? 600? I can pay out 600. I go and build that there. That's going to get another way into here and just double the building speed, pretty much. We're about to go and get a whole bunch of builders and beavers back, basically, because all those guys can pause. Now, we are going to have to sort that out. I mean, we're down to 64 planks, which is not a huge amount. It should be enough to build this. Most of this is logs. There are some planks. But it should be enough to build that. Okay, that's one piece gone. Now, let's go ahead and build... Sorry, I'm going to keep doing that. All of you guys that have watched the series, you will notice that it keeps happening. I'm going to go and put that in there for now. We're still... Ah, now, yes, you are... You're currently out of luck, so to say. We are still making dynamite. It's clearly a bit of a slow process. Depending on how much power we have. And so once I've gone and done this, which basically secures myself against bad tides, because this is where my two sources of water come in. I don't think I get hit by anything else. Follow this one. That's a dead end. That's... Oh, that comes from there. So that Although, hang on. Heights. That's one up. So no, it all comes out of here. God, this map's a nightmare. Oh, that comes out of here and comes down here. So yeah, we do have bad tide coming down here. That's not a problem. What I can also do is... sluice this off. So that... we're also going to hold water in here, basically. That'll help keep things a lot greener in the long run. So if I were to simply... sluice that up there. Gonna be a horrible pathing chain, but it's a one-off build. Let's go and do that. Wait, let's press the right button. Oh, hey, I got it that time. Oh, we're gonna need to... damn it, I didn't get it that time. Right, so that will allow me to get there eventually when I connect this up, but I'm not going to yet. I'll leave that as a gap. Yeah, oh, there you go. Oh, is this... problem? No, it can still be built. It's no problem. Just gonna have to... waiting for it to basically happen. So there you go, that doubles my build speed. Not that there's actually any huge rush, but... so... you will close above a contamination level of 2%. So on 3% contamination, you guys open. You've done that for the ones above. No, you haven't. So on 3% contamination, you guys open. Okay. Now you guys want to close below 3%. So on 2% contamination, these guys close. On 3%, they close. And on 2%, they close. Okay, yeah, no, I think that works. Famous last words. Wait, so hang on, no, I adjusted the dial, but I didn't tick it. So let's do that. So close below 3%. I don't know why it confuses me so much. I mean... I think for me, because in my head, this is backwards. This is like, I don't know, double negativing yourself or something. And it blows my mind. It truly blows my mind. I can't cope with it. Really can't. So, yeah. So that's why I end up saying it usually out loud about 12 times. So you'll close on 2. You'll close on 3. So there should be a perfect continuity across every single percentage. Or there should be a continuation across every single... you get what I'm trying to say. We should have numbers. Alright, you guys have almost drained this place dry. Weirdly enough... this side ain't looking too hot either. Although let's... give you a bit more water. We definitely do have more water to be used, and... oh, that is... that's fine. That has been... drained dry, which is interesting. That shouldn't have happened. Hang on. Because that's a one-way thing. So why... that shouldn't have drained at all. That shouldn't have drained in 5 days. That's ridiculous. What happened there? I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that next drought we get, because that In my head, in my calculations, that should not have happened. Because if this... Because it's unidirectional. So even if I do have it set to open, water shouldn't come backwards? That's what my head says. Water shouldn't come backwards. I mean, it's a little bit, should we say, bumpy, but it will it'll even itself out. So there you go. So water's all now coming just through the one way. As you can see, yeah, it's not much of a flow, so it's actually all perfectly fine. And then all bad tide should come out this way. This does... Oh, wait, this does... Ah, what if bad tide comes down here? Interesting. So what I want to do... is... just because that will only allow it to go this way, so this should now stop coming into here. So that this doesn't then start to pull down here, because I don't want a giant pool of bad water down here, basically. That's the idea. I didn't realize we had a pool of bad water up here. Then we haven't got a huge amount of planks, and we're also not creating any, so... although, no, we've got 170 gears, so I'll keep you turned off for now. Get you on the go as well. 34 dynamite. I mean, I'm going to need a lot more, basically. We'll just keep you with one guy. I don't know, keep you busy. Guys, focus on carrots. You guys are going to focus on sunflowers, and that is what we're going to start planting. What have we got? We've got 40. Let's start landscaping this a little bit more. 1, 2. That is 20. Go and do that. That'll use up most of my dynamite. Okay. Like, it's still coming through, though. I don't know. We'll. Oh, actually, it does look like it's coming off the edges. We'll see what happens. Oh, yeah, it is drying up. Interesting. So that's what went on here. I mean, that shouldn't have dried up in 5 days. I mean, not in a 5-day drought. That just shouldn't have happened. What happened to my... I don't know, I'm probably missing something so obvious, but my brain isn't wrapping itself around it right now. So we'll just come and start demolishing this. Oh, there you go, that's run out anyway. One piece at a time, because... Although, wait, I suppose they can... Not if they get stuck down the bottom, they can't, but they can always just run back across here if they need to. As soon as I see a beaver coming this direction, I'll tell the second one to be demolished. Oh, here comes the second beaver. Finally got a friend. Right, so yes, bad tide can now escape as well. Good water can come through. And look at that, we've got lots and lots of planks. Let us go and... Again, maybe not the most efficient path, but it'll be a useful path all the same. It'll get the job done. I mean, I could cut off loads of... Alright, we're going to get all of that built. Right, and then let's be honest, I think the next thing... Oh, though, food's still looking fun. Probably need a giant path just down here, don't we? I will eventually, basically, I'm going to look to put 2 bits of dirt in here when I eventually get dirt up and running. Have we ever had a sunflower? No, we probably don't, do we? What's it take? 5 days. No, we've never had a sunflower seed yet. Did a whole bunch of people just run up there, deliver dynamite, and one guy just followed them and watched? Is that what I just saw? Did that just happen? Now, yes, if somebody could actually come and just build the stuff, it'd be great. Okay. I'm going to blow it up from this end so that hopefully everybody stays away from it. Plant crops, sunflowers. Get those planted on tomorrow. And we'll keep blowing things up, basically, as we keep getting in more and more dynamite. So yes, the next thing, the next big thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, is I need to scale my power. Is basically what's going on now. Now my food is gonna start turning around. I mean, sunflower seeds, it's still a work in progress, but there's no point in just waiting for all of my dynamite to keep reappearing. Blueberries are holding strong, carrots are going good, potatoes will eventually recover when we also get more food sources online. And so, like I said, yes, so we need to start looking at our power. We very much need to start looking at terraforming as well, if I'm honest, because a very, very multi-layered map can become very, very difficult to use. And so, and I definitely want to keep the beautiful high areas. I like the idea of building my housing potentially into this mountain I'm currently staring at. This is for grilled potatoes. Let's turn that off. Now I'm actually going to go and... Oh, whoops. Delete that. My grilled potatoes can, in fact, temporarily be... moved. Well, that means that there's my griller. Ish, my griller. You know what, let's... And this, again, is not going to be the final placement of where we want that to go. And then let's go make that a circle so that they can be easily accessed from both sides. Grilled potatoes. Now we've suddenly got 62 of them. Now we've got nowhere to put them. So that gets rid of that up there, because we are very much going to go and expand our sunflowers, which we have sunflower seeds, ladies and gentlemen. We have sunflower seeds. We had sunflower seeds. We are getting some occasional, because we do have that one turned off. It's probably good having that there. Planks. I don't think you're needed anymore. You were just there for our building project. Let us... How much for us to get deep underground storage? It cost me 1,000, which I can afford. Then it cost me gears, planks, and logs, which I can afford. So, all I have to do is actually decide where it's going to go, because it's a little bit more permanent. So, let's keep... What's the point do we have? Oh, we do. These have been beautifully built. Up to a height of, I'm going to say 0.9, thank you very much. What? That'll calm itself down. A little bit of oscillation. Nothing to worry about. He says the whole area is flooding. Let's call it a 0.8, shall we? And watch this area not flood. There you go. That's a bit better. Yep, that should, again, help keep all of this green that we can see. And so... There's water under there, and you can just tell they want you to come down and flood this basin. That is not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I can't tell you what is going to happen, because it's not fully mapped out in my own brain, but that's not going to happen. Now, I did also want to deepen this river for irrigation purposes, but this doesn't actually dry out, because again, we're only playing on normal mode, so we should never go past the 20-day drought, which is what one block lasts. Now, I could... again, replace these, but even then, I mean, I've got 10 days worth of water in here, apparently. So that should all be good. So... yeah, I think power really is the next big thing. I mean, I've talked for so long, we can go and blow some more stuff up. 4x9, yep, that'll do. That'll roughly take up all of my dynamite. It actually will take up all of my dynamite, bar about one stick, maybe. So yes, I need to start deciding what exactly I'm doing with my life. Think maybe it's time to start to trim some things down. I think I do want to somewhat get rid of this. Like I said, I want to put my houses into this rock. So for windmills, I mean, up here, I think is an idea. I think I'll build my industrial area into this way. So I think some windmills along the top here go very nicely. My windmill's coming into here. I think I'm happy in general having a tiered system. I don't think I mind that too much. I think we'll be happy with that. Now, I want a nice tall area. Let's kind of level off my map. Nothing really gets taller than what I'm looking at. So what I would then need, without going too far, in essence, is a giant hole, which is kind of this, to be honest. I'm basically thinking for the batteries. I don't really want to build a giant tower. So maybe on that, I bring the industry this way instead. Because this could literally just be my my battery chasm hole thing. I'm sure there's a better word for this. Any of you watching, please do help me out, because as you can tell, I am very much struggling with that one. Let's go and blow some more things up. Come down to crops. Let's come down to sunflowers. Let's fill in that section as well. We do have a bad tide incoming. This will be a test in a couple of days of 1, this system, 2, this system, and let's see how well we do. But like I said, yeah, no, in fact, I think I'm going to come in this way, which does make me want to terraform a smidge. Because there will definitely be wind farms up here then, with batteries in the middle. I'm thinking wind farms all round, actually. It's going to be overkill to the extreme, but let's go for it. And so, and then with that, that'll come down here. I will want to have then my industry. Although again, I could just have that because, I mean, you know, what's a power shaft? I can still have my industry over here, in fact, which I might actually stick to. This means all my generation will in essence be on this hill. So we come across the power. Now this costs me paper, which I'm currently not in the middle of producing or owning. Sunflower seeds, we have 7. How many can I hold? Well, technically I can hold them in both things, so I can hold 100. I should get a storage for them at some point soon. We'll let them just discover themselves and appear on the map first. And so I quite like this, to be honest. That will eventually move. We're going to keep it there for now because it's easy and convenient. That will eventually move, but I quite like this. I'm kind of quite happy for this to be the link to my industrial area, which will slightly upgrade and change. So I have a feeling all of this up here will also disappear. I mean, we've now got plenty of space down below where we've got a nice amount of green. So what I'm thinking... Do I bury the power shaft? I don't know what that piece of rubble's supposed to be. I mean, it's like, it's blocking the channel, but what are you expecting me to put in that channel? I don't know. For the people that want to flood a whole basin. I mean, end of the day, right, let's go to power. Let's go to battery, cost me 400 to unlock. I'm going to press the right button to rotate it. And... we're going to place that there, right? Now, obviously, we're not going to go and build it yet. But the point is, we'll place that there. Now, I can use these as markers. Because they do the exact same thing as these ones. So I then go and I can place this... in fact, what I could do... quite like the idea of... it's a huge increase in... resources used. Gonna put those two there. And if I can do this correctly, that costs 6, and then 2, 2, 1, 1. Technically, it doesn't make too much of a difference in terms of raw numbers. It just depends on what... I think I will spread the cost out. Famous last words once again. So if I put that there... and that there... those two there. Now, do I want to keep it all on the same level, or would a bit of height variance look quite nice? Leaning towards height variance. However, we can't do that on this one because we need to connect the power shafts. And I will want it to connect. And it doesn't really matter. I'll probably connect it here, maybe underground. I am thinking underground. For it to then... oops. Double press. For it to then... come up around here. More to the point. Hang on. I didn't pay any attention, but everything worked, right? We're now getting water through here, so that works perfectly fine. Oh, I can't. That's better. One is... right, because this is open. Right. I do need to go and block this off. I think I'll block it off here. And it should push water in the other direction. Go and place those there. Right, so that's a future problem. We'll sort that out in a minute. Let's just finish mocking this up. So like I said, we'll come through here, pop out here somewhere. I think that will end up being... That's 1, that's 2, so... Then, because I think it is in line, is... But we shall, in essence... Pop out there. And that power shaft will run down, and so this will end up being my massive wind farm. Just imagine this, in essence, going all the way around, giant circle. So I think that's going to be the plan. And obviously we'll build it piece by piece. And I mean, so yeah, the underground part will need a little bit of a bend in the power shaft. Yeah, I think that's the plan. Right, so when we come back next time, we will finish off setting up our new power rig. I mean, we're not going to need to make it too big at the beginning. We don't have huge power needs. I reckon maybe 2 batteries. And probably the wind farms we've got, to be honest, with everything else we've got set up, will probably serve it fantastically for now. And so on that, ladies and gentlemen, that just leaves me to say thank you all very much for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. When we come back next time, we will continue to, well, first off, solve this problem, because that's no longer working. And then continue to actually get ourselves some permanent power. And then, of course, we will need to start moving things up and setting up our industrial area proper. And so until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining me. And until we see you again, I truly do hope that you can stay safe, happy, and healthy.